Hello and welcome to another episode of Gifting Git Oxide. Today we will be looking at encoding empty tags like Git does. And that's clearly a very welcome fix to a bug that I can only describe as new lines are difficult, especially if you try to get, they're easily messed up by editors. And I think this test fixture here, empty, was wrong all around, and so was the parsing. And this leads to Git Oxide not being able to parse valid tags. And this is a fix for a wonderful issue here that gives you everything you need to know, including reproduction, and it shows that there is a missing new line essentially with empty tags that can't really be parsed. So let's see how this is fixed. I already checked it out locally in case you want to take a look. And here we go. So when we write tags, we now, or create tags ourselves, we now write a new line after the header part all the time. Yeah, here's the header, and the new line always happens. I think that's absolutely correct. And then the message is automatically empty, so here it is just moved. And the special handling here for the size then goes away because there's just one new line past the message. That's also correct. I think there's a bunch of tests for that as well, so there would be some mismatch that should show up. And what's the difference between right to, the tag graph basically has the same code copied, fair enough. That could, in theory, I think I thought about sharing more, but ultimately maybe it was too different. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. That's certainly a welcome contribution at some point. Well, it doesn't matter if there's no bugs anymore, huh? But fortunately this is in the same file, so easy enough, and there's tests for that, so again it should show. Yeah, here's the missing new line now, and adjusted tests. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, there's also a note about error handling and why there is this division by 3 now instead of division by 2. It looks a bit wonky, huh? You just want it to be too short so that you see some error handling code there. And now, thanks to the difference, you have to use a different way of shortening this. So fair enough. I think that was just something that was kind of arbitrary. You could also do a subtraction here, which might be better for this, instead of dividing to cut it or to partition it. That's quite interesting. This also means that now there will always be an empty body, which I think technically is desirable, huh? As well. So that seems fair. Let's make sure we don't miss anything. All tests work, by the way. Let's also run them ourselves. And it's still compiling. And yeah, all the tests work as expected. So this is tag rs in Git object, I think. No. In write it is. And here's the change. Yeah, so obviously if you were to undo this or play with it, tests would now not like that very much. Also fair. And let's check one more time. Yeah, and here's already mentioned that this is just a magic number, and we kind of arbitrarily change it to a different magic incantation. And yeah, this looks good to me. I only have one concern, and I think there's only one way to address that, is that maybe something else breaks now, but maybe not, because nobody uses empty text. There's some stress tests which really go through a lot of data, and I think there was just no such commit in any of these stress tests, and that's why that wasn't encountered before. So I'd expect once that is merged, that will work. Let's do that right away. Oh, that might not be visible actually on the recording. Now it is. And there we go. I like to do these merge commits myself so that there is a signature for that as well. And that should be it. Let's push it, make sure there's nothing else wrong that isn't so visible because it's just a warning. So Clippy is happy. That's great. Clippy warnings, they would not trigger CI failure, and documentation didn't change. So I think that's the typical thing. It should just work now. And sometimes package sizes, yeah, this is a bit annoying. I think that's already fixed for me. So in my branch that I'm working on, so we can just push this and be done. So thanks a lot, Pierre, for your contribution. Much appreciated. Have a good day. Bye-bye.